First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu charges youth to be focused, utilize opportunities, host second cohort of Jakonde Leadership Academy. Nigeria Labour Congress faults new fuel price, demands further reduction. On the foreign scene, authorities evacuate Australian towns ahead Christmas as bushfires rage. And in sport, Nigeria Cricket Federation unveils camping plans ahead Under-19 Women's World Cup in Malaysia. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. The State Governor has hosted the 30 fellows of the Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy, LJLA, in a fireside chat. Speaking at the event held at the Lagos House, Ikeja, Governor Sanwo-Olu noted that the academy is about developing leadership skills, creating opportunities for the younger generation to enhance the future of the country. While answering questions from the fellows, Governor Sanwo-Olu said technology plays a critical role in information dissemination and in other sectors, making the world a global village with better choices and opportunities. Governor Sanwo-Olu urged the LJLA fellows to remain focused, use the opportunity to share their thoughts and ideas, and be strong-willed even at the lowest ebb to break barriers. The governor said the inspiration for the establishment of the academy came following the appreciation of the developmental strides of the late first executive governor of the state, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, in the education, transportation, water, housing sector, among others. The Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, COWSO, in collaboration with the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, has organized a day seminar on market sanitation and security for market leaders. The event themed Improving Waste Management and Public Health in Markets, a recipe for economic growth and prosperity in Lagos East Senatorial District, was held at the Babajide Sanwo-Olu International Model Market in Ikosi Sherry Local Council Development Area. In a keynote address, wife of Lagos State Governor and Chairman, COWSO, Ibijake Sanwo-Olu, stated that the organization structure is to move into various communities and CDAs in Lagos State to improve safety, security, and health.
Seminar on security and sanitation. This is the 7th edition, and we've used the structure of the administrative divisions of Lagos State, which is Ikorodu, Badagry, Ikeja, Lagos Island, Lagos Division, and Epe. Now we are using the senatorial divisions. The first one was in Lagos Central. This is the 2nd edition, which is in Lagos East, and by the grace of God, we'll be having Lagos West. After
Mrs. Sanwo-Olu emphasized on the upgrade of technologies and CCTVs in the market to serve as a means of communication and security in the market environment. She urged the public to ensure that every birth child in the communities is registered into the e-birth certificates so as to meet with the targets of the state. The Iyaloja and President General Association of Commodity Men and Women Association of Nigeria, Folashade Tinubu Ojo, said it is essential to keep the environment clean and follow instructions given by Lagos Water Management Authority, LOMA, and various task forces to ensure a cleaner Lagos.
We encourage our people to pay their taxes, because taxes is what the government use to fix the fixables within the state. And we encourage our people also sensitize them that it is very important also to pay for the services being rendered by lawmen.
Tinubu Ojo encouraged market women and communities to always pay their taxes and for services rendered by the task force for a greater benefit to continue. In a welcome address, Commissioner, Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, Bolaji Robert, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Kikelomo Bolariwa, stated that the program is strategically designed to address critical issues in various marketplaces in the state.
It is important to note here that since the inception of this administration, the First Lady and Chairman of Committee of Rights of Lagos State Officials Council, Dr. Mrs. Diana Ikijoke has consistently held this seminar to keep market stakeholders abreast of effective measures to advance in guaranteeing safety and public health in our markets.
Robert added that the initiative of the wife of the Governor of Lagos State to sensitize market stakeholders is a proof of her commitment to safety and the well-being of market men and women. The state government has restated its zero tolerance for noise pollution during and after the Yuletide celebrations in accordance with the Lagos Noiseless policy. Speaking at the Ministry of the Environment, Kalausa, Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, while acknowledging the festive spirit, stressed the need to prioritize the health and well-being of Lagos residents, noting that unregulated noise poses significant risk to public health and environmental sustainability. Wahab highlighted the celebratory nature of the Yuletide season, which often involves various activities such as parties, musical events, and other noisy gatherings, and urged all stakeholders to comply with the policy. To enforce the state's commitment to a peaceful and healthier Lagos, the Commissioner announced the formation of a special task force on noise pollution, operating under the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, which is empowered to monitor, identify, and prosecute individuals and organizations that violate noise regulations. He noted that businesses, religious organizations, and entertainment venues hosting public events involving loudspeakers or music are required to obtain permits from LASEPA and ensure their facilities are soundproofed, as enforcement agencies will patrol 24/7 to ensure compliance across all sectors. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has called on traditional rulers across Nigeria to support efforts aimed at reducing road accidents. Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed, who made the call during a courtesy visit to the Olowo of Owo, Obajibade Ogunye III in Ondo State, stressed the critical role traditional leaders play in promoting road safety within their communities. Mohammed highlighted that their influence and authority could help shape public attitudes towards safe driving practices and adherence to traffic regulations. The Corps Marshal said his visit was part of the FRS's end-of-year traffic monitoring initiative on the nation's highways, stressing that Owo, a strategic town connecting the southwest and the south-south to the south-south and north-central regions, was identified as a key area for such collaboration. Mohammed said the FRC is also engaging other stakeholders, including transport unions and commuters, to create a more inclusive approach to road safety. He also urged passengers to actively discourage reckless driving and called on transport unions to enforce measures against overloading and driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in collaboration with various stakeholders, has welcomed the second batch of Nigerian returnees from Niger Republic. The agency on its X handle said the group, totaling 392 individuals, comprised 176 adult males, 122 adult females, and 94 children, including 78 boys and 16 girls. It will be recalled that the Lagos Territorial Office of NEMA, along with other stakeholders, had in November received 148 returnees from Niger Republic. The return was facilitated by the International Organization for Migration, IOM, mission in the Niger Republic. Now to the rest of the stories. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has called for further reduction in the pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, stressing that the recent drop in price to 935 naira per litre is not satisfactory. National Assistant General Secretary of Nigeria Labour Congress, Chris Onyeka, rejected any applause for the federal government and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, over the recent reduction in the pump price of petrol. Oyeka said the current pricing mechanism does not reflect the true cost of the community, arguing that the costs embedded in the current pricing framework, including foreign labor, freight charges, insurance, logistics, and profits accrued abroad, unfairly burden Nigerians. Oyeka stressed that the only way to ascertain the correct price of PMS is by determining the actual price of refining it domestically, and therefore called on the government to prioritize the welfare of Nigerians by ensuring that fuel pricing aligns with local realities. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, have issued a final directive to deposit money banks and mobile network operators to resolve the protracted 250 billion naira unstructured supplementary service data debt dispute. The directive, contained in a joint circular, was signed by the acting director of Payment System Management at the CBN, Oladimeji Taiwo, and the head of legal and regulatory services at the NCC, Chizua White. The document outlined a structured payment plan for clearing the debt and introduced new operational guidelines for USSD services. Under the terms of the directive, 60% of all debts incurred by the implementation of application programming interfaces in February 2022 must be paid as full and final settlement, while payment agreements, whether as lump sums or installments, must be finalized by January 2, 2025, with full settlement due by July 2, 2025. For debts rising after February 2022, the CBN and NCC mandated that banks pay 85% of all outstanding invoices by December 31, 2024, and ensure that 85% of future invoices are settled within 1 month of issuance. The regulators also directed both parties to discontinue all ongoing litigation related to the USSD debt issue, warning that non-compliance would attract stiff sanctions. The debt crisis has persisted for years, with telecom operators threatening to suspend USSD services unless payments are made. Now to foreign news. Communities around the Grampians in Victoria, Australia, have been evacuated amid warnings from authorities that conditions there in the days ahead could be the worst since Australia's most severe fire season on record, the so-called Black Summer of 2019 to 2020. The bushfires have already burnt over 41,000 hectares of land in the past week, but there have been no deaths or loss of property as emergency crews try to contain the blaze. Intense heat forecast for Boxing Day has also prompted a string of fire warnings across the country. Throughout Victoria, temperatures are expected to reach 40 degrees Celsius and be accompanied by strong dry winds, while parts of South Australia and New South Wales could also face bushfire conditions on Thursday into Friday. Parts of Australia have been on high alert for bushfire danger this summer, following several quieter seasons compared to the 2019 to 2020 fires, which were linked to hundreds of deaths and swept across 24 million hectares of land. The country has reeled from disaster to disaster in recent years, experiencing both record-breaking floods and extreme heat as it feels the effects of climate change. Now, sport. The Nigeria Cricket Federation, NCF, has mapped out plans for the junior female Yellow Greens to have their final campaign ahead of the 2025 ICC Under-19 Women's World Cup. The Under-19 girls have had the first phase of their preparations at the NCF High Performance Center in Benin City, Edo State. According to the NCF, the team will resume training in Lagos on December 27 before proceeding to India for a 10-day campaign. Nigeria qualified for the tournament, which will be played in Malaysia from January 18 to February 2, by winning the Africa Qualifier Division 1 title in Kigali, Rwanda in September. It is the second time Nigeria will qualify for any Cricket World Cup, the first being the men's under-19 team, who also defied the odds to qualify for their World Cup in South Africa in 2019. Ahead of Nigeria's second appearance at the global level, the NCF has announced a strong 15-player squad for the tournament in Malaysia. And that is on News at 10. Just before we go, remember, speed thrills but kills. Please avoid excessive speed. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch your news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a mentorship seminar for over 1,000 youths on the theme Agripreneur, Strategic for Wealth Creation? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has hosted the second cohort of 30 fellows of the Lateef Jakande Leadership Academy, LJLA, in a fireside chat. The Nigeria Labour Congress NLC has called for further reduction in the pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, stressing that the recent drop in price to 935 naira per litre is not satisfactory. We also told you that communities around the Grampians in Victoria, Australia, have been evacuated amid warnings from authorities that conditions there in the days ahead could be the worst since Australia's most severe fire season on record, the so-called Black Summer of 2019 to 2020. And in sport, the Nigeria Cricket Federation, NCF, has mapped out plans for the junior female Yellow Greens to have their final campaign ahead of the 2025 ICC Under-19 Women's World Cup. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is today's broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbolagu. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.